The land of the Bible has secrets hiding in plain sight. Now, if you're a pastor, small group leader, or teaching the Bible in any capacity, I want to show you how using some of our visual resources at BibleStock.org will help you become a more effective Bible communicator. In this coaching session, I'm going to show you how using footage from Caesarea Philippi can enhance your teaching of one of the most famous passages in the Gospels. We'll also provide a list of all the video clips I'll be using in this session. I hope you'll download one or more of the videos and use those videos the next time you're teaching on this passage. Matthew 16 verse 13 says, Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi. And it was there that Jesus would ask his disciples two questions. First, who do people say that I am? And second, who do you say that I am? When Simon declared that Jesus was the Messiah, Jesus gave Simon a new name, which is why we call him Simon Peter. But Jesus also gave his young disciples a promise. It's very important. He said, on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. Some translations go with the gates of hell. What almost everyone misses about this passage is that there really is a place at Caesarea Philippi that's called the gates of Hades. Caesarea Philippi was in the far northern reaches of Israel at the base of Mount Hermon. This is the birthplace of the Banyas River, the largest tributary of what will quickly become the Jordan River. It's a most unusual place. When the river appears at the base of this mountain, it's instantly a large river. When Jesus saw this river, it poured out of the cave. According to Josephus the historian, no one could ever measure the depth of the cave. To the ancients, such a place, this phenomenon was so spectacular that they made the cliff a center of pagan worship. The cave collapsed on New Year's Day in 1837, not very long ago, because of a massive earthquake. Today, the water appears at the base of the cliff, but when Jesus visited this region, the river poured out of the cave. It's important to remember that detail and to paint that picture for your audience as you show them these images. As impressive as this place is today, it was far more impressive when Jesus was here. There were several pagan temples at the location, including one to Pan, another to Zeus, and one to the Roman emperor. Though Pan is known in Greek mythology as a happy-go-lucky, half-goat, half-man personality, the worship of Pan also gave birth to words like pandemonium, pandemic, and panic. What happened here in the lifetime of prophets like Elijah was nothing short of terrifying. As for the cave, well, here's the story of the place that became known as the Gates of Hades. You see, many pagan religions, including the worship of Baal and Asherah that's so prevalent in the Old Testament, believed that the gods went underground to Hades every winter. In order to bring the gods back to earth so that spring would occur, rituals were required to lure the gods out of Hades. And there was no better place for that to happen than at a mysterious place like Banyas, where a full-grown river just pours out of the opening in a mountain. Now, Banyas is what this location was called before the advent of the Roman Empire and what it is called today. People saw the cave as a place where the gods could come and go from this world to the underworld. And the cave became known as the place where that happened. They called it the Gates of Hades. The idea that Jesus would take his disciples to such a place is shocking. I mean, he had based his ministry in Capernaum, where reasonable, religious Jewish people lived. There on the shoreline of the northern shoreline of the Sea of Galilee, there are lots of synagogues. But by the second day of this 2-day hike going north, all of the synagogues had disappeared. Instead, now you've got pagan temples dotting the landscape. These are very pagan people. This might have been the darkest corner of Israel. Why in the world would Jesus take his disciples to such a place? Clearly, Jesus had told his followers that he wanted them to be a light to the world. Now think about it. If they really wanted to make a difference in a dark world, they couldn't just spend their entire lives living where there was so much light. They couldn't never go out into the darkness. Now, if that made them nervous, or if venturing into new ministry makes you or your audience nervous, then Jesus had a promise for them and a promise for us. the gates of Hades will not prevail against us. Be sure to check out all of our videos from Caesarea Philippi. And if you like, you can even recreate the 2-day hike that Jesus took from Capernaum through the Hula Valley, past the Temple of Omri, as he made his way to Caesarea Philippi. Thank you for subscribing to Bible Stock, and thanks even more for using these visual resources in your own ministry. Together, we're helping everyone see the Bible's message in a fresh way, and seeing is believing.